up, all you big blue hairball loving dudes and dudettes? Toy Shiz here, and I got a really awesome review for you today. We are totally going to be checking out the semi-brand new Diamond Select Marvel Select X-Men The Beast action figure. Diamond Select was really nice. They sent this thing over to give you a good fresh look, and I'm very, very happy with it. I think it looks great. But then again, there's a little bit something off about him. We're going to do a little bit differently today. I usually show off the packaging and such, but I'm just not a big fan of Diamond Select packaging. It's always the same, and I feel like there's usually a lot of wasted space, so we're going to primarily focus just on the figure today. Now, he doesn't come with this book. I primarily added it just because he needed a little culture to old Hank McCoy. But in terms of the figure itself, I would have to say it's a little off. I think that for the most part, you get a pretty decent Beast body, but I really think that it's the head that misses the mark. He's got too much of a Wolverine look going on overall. Beast was furry. He's got the furry face, but it's usually more of like the equivalent of like a lion's mane. It's more fuzzy around the sides of his face. Now, I know there are some comic books where he does have more of the wingtip look to it, but in this case, I don't think it really works. The face, it's off to me, and I don't know how to exactly pinpoint it. It's just incredibly off. And the other nitpicky thing is that I think he's entirely too dark blue. If you look right here on his painted nails, which I actually really like, he's more of a lighter blue. He's not this darker. Face becomes too muddled, I think. That's just how to basically describe it. He does have good articulation, and I really like the base that he comes with. You have to kind of assemble it yourself. You get two walls and the base, couple piping and such, but I'll get back to that in just a second. As far as articulation, the head is on a ball joint. You can look up, down, left, right, all the ways around. He does have rotation at the shoulder, bicep swivel, single jointed elbows, and he does have some good wrist rotation up, down, left, right. He's got an interesting ab crunch to him. I think it works pretty well. He gets down about that much. Goes back, yeah, not really much at all. But he has a nice hunch feature, especially for when you want to pose him in those types of Beast poses. He kicks out barely about that much. Doesn't really go back at all. But he does have those T-joints that he can kick out to the side. It's really hindered by this part right here. He does have some swivel in the upper thigh. Double jointed knees, and he's got really good ankle pivot, so I like that a lot. In terms of a weird design, these trunks, I feel like it's when you get him like in a more vanilla pose, let's say that. I think that the trunk should have come to around this side. I think it looks good. If you were to paint this black, I think that'll look good. It goes up too high. It's one of those where aesthetically wise, it doesn't make any sense in terms of what he's actually wearing. So you're trying to tell me he's wearing some sort of Speedo, something like that, but it doesn't really work. I think he should have had more of the old-fashioned boxer brief kind of shorts that go to about right there. I think that would have been better off. Just something's off. It's wonky. He does have nice paint overall. It's got some yellow to black to the red belt buckle. I like that. It's the blue, man. The blue throws me off a little bit. I like his toenails. I'm glad they painted those blue. I think that works well. He's got a nice painted mouth, teeth. Everything looks good. The eyes are good. The head sculpt is off for whatever reason. It's bugging me. But you can get him into a nice pose, holding a book, whatever you want to do. But he does come with two sets of hands, a grippy hand and a clawed out hand. So that's good in that sense. I think an extra head sculpt would have been better, just to be honest with you. That way you could kind of switch it up if you wanted to. It's off. In terms of his playset, I think that is really cool, and I'm so glad that they give you this type of base, and it will hook together with the other Diamond Select X-Men figures that they have coming out. This is a separate piece. This is a separate piece. What I would have really liked to have seen is something in this direction with this being up here, and that you could actually hang the Beast from that.
I thank you.
Reading a book upside down, that would have been killer. I think it's a little bit of a missed opportunity. These are incredibly flimsy. They wouldn't be able to probably hold the weight of this giant figure, but still, it would have been nice to dream. If you really wanted to, you could just take the picture normal, and like I did, flip it upside down. So that's pretty much going to do it for my fresh look at the Diamond Select Marvel Select Beast action figure. He's okay. I can't really recommend it in the sense of where you have to absolutely go out and get it. If it's one of those things where I think if the Disney store is having a sale, I think that would be a great time to grab him. I know for a fact there's another Beast figure coming out with a different company. You might want to gravitate more towards that one. This one would have been a great Beast. He's just entirely too dark, and the face sculpt is incredibly muddled with the black and the blue. So a lighter color would have been better. I really like the base slash kind of play set that he comes with. I think that's great for taking photos and just overall displaying him. So I do recommend it in that sense. Just to get him, you can connect it with all the other bases. And Diamond Select does some amazing base building sets. Just look at the Ghostbusters. Man, they killed it on that. So I'm going to leave you guys with that. Hope you dug the review. If you did, hit the like button. Also, be sure to comment. Let's talk some Beast. As always, drink some great coffee, eat some great food, but most importantly, remember Beast was the heart and soul of X-Men the Animated Series. And I just wish this figure was just a little bit more resonant of that persona. And when you do, let me know what you found. I'll talk to you guys soon. Adios.